Did any of you guys get the chance to watch Thunderbolts? X says, yeah, man, it's beautifully done. I don't know why I said beautiful like that. It's beautifully done. I cried. Shout out to X. Bell said, so many tiny details in this film. I love it. Manza Time said, unfortunately thought it was just okay, but glad others liked it. And then TC says, future me has it on Disney Plus. Come on, TC. Let me tell y'all something about Thunderbolts. And this is about to be the most honest thing you guys are ever gonna hear me say about Marvel. Thunderbolts is exactly why I am so aggravated with Marvel. Thunderbolts quite literally is the reason why I want to physically throw hands sometimes with Kevin Feige. Let me explain. Why can't you make a movie like Thunderbolts all of the time? Why do you have to keep giving us trash and then give us Thunderbolts, which was actually really freaking good? Bro, I was watching Thunderbolts, and for like the first quarter of the film, as I'm watching, I was like, all right, bro, can we get this over with? Like, I thought it was cool. The cinematography was fire. There was a lot of subtext in there, especially with the beginning and the shadows and all of that. But as I'm watching, I'm like, all right, bro, like, it's a Marvel movie. Like, why is this thing moving so slow? And then, you know how, like, when you play in video games and you lean back and you getting your ass whooped and you kind of lean forward and you like, hold on, let me lock in real quick. That's what happened to me with Thunderbolts, bro. I was leaning back because it's a Marvel film and I wasn't really expecting anything. In all honesty, I was like, it's just gonna be another movie. I'm not gonna hate it and I'm not gonna love it. It's just gonna be mid. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be mid. Man, when I finished getting through like that first quarter of the film, I was like, wait a minute. I am judging this film too early. Just because it's Marvel. They're actually doing character development. You guys know how shocked I was that Marvel was doing character development on a side piece movie. And you guys already know I didn't care for Thunderbolts coming out. I really didn't. It was not on my most anticipated list. I got evidence on camera of it. A lot of y'all even told me, yo, I should probably pay more attention to this film. Bro, I remembered the last time I counted a Marvel film out like that, and it's hands down my all-time favorite Marvel movie is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I remember specifically not caring to watch the movie. And the only reason why I watched it is because Quan was like, hey bro, you gonna have to watch this movie. I'm telling you, this is a good movie. I like that Thunderbolts took their time with the characters, and it's like, I wish we got that for Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. This is what I wanted from Deadpool 3. And I know a lot of us are not gonna see eye to eye on this. I did not like Deadpool 3. I think Deadpool 1 and 2 did a beautiful job on interpreting Deadpool as a character. And when you really think about Deadpool 3, why I get so frustrated is because the story could have been really deep. It shares those themes with the Void. Like, quite literally, those characters were in the Void, thrown away and forgotten about and seen as losers. And it's up to Deadpool and Wolverine to get this group together to help them get out of this void. What does that void represent? Like, let's look at the subtext, right? What does the void realistically represent for these characters? And Deadpool just constantly, with its lack of balance and just jokes and gimmicks, loses the point. I had that same issue with Thor: Love and Thunder, another film with a really deep theme. The idea of cursing the gods and feeling like you've been abandoned. And then Natalie Portman's character dealing with like a quote unquote addiction, right? And it's like all of that is overshadowed by screaming goats. Thunderbolts, on the other hand, I feel like it was very important for me to go down that tangent, for me to explain why Thunderbolts, to me, was a really good film. This was a film. Marvel made a film. We got to focus on characters. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but come on. Thunderbolts, the reason why they have that name is because of something that was pivotal to Yelena as a child. Pivotal. This movie made me tear up, bro. I had to put my hoodie on, bro. I teared up a little bit because I'm like, yo, no way Marvel really have me in my bag right now. You'd be happy to know that the director of Thunderbolts is in talks to direct the X-Men movie. Okay, I'm actually not mad at that. Let me talk about one more thing that I like before we do that. Subverting expectations. When you get to the third act of the film, you kind of expect it to be a beat 'em up, you know, blue beam in the sky, all of that. And we kind of get that, right? But it's an internal struggle. One of the reasons why I was so blown away by this film is that it actually stuck with the themes. It didn't shy away from it. It was hard hitting. It tackled things that I don't think I've ever seen a Marvel movie do, even if it was for like 15 seconds. But like the whole entire thing of friendship, and the only way getting out of something is by going through it, quite literally going through it, was beautiful. And it reminded me of a psychoanalyst named Carl Jung. And he has this book right here, Carl Jung, The Undiscovered Self. It's very short. There's different archetypes of human beings. And when you're watching movies, they usually distill those archetypes. I say all that because his whole entire idea was a man, you could just say a person can't be whole unless they are forced to look at the worst parts of themselves. And that's what that title, The Undiscovered Self, means. I know they quote Rousseau, who's also a philosopher, in the film, so I know like they actually meant what they were talking about. The film definitely focused on existentialism, meaning like, where is my place in life and all of that. And the way they answer that is through going through the self. So what is the undiscovered self, and how does this relate to Thunderbolts, and why I love this movie so much? Quite literally, the main antagonist of the film is a shadow of himself. He is a void, and Carl Jung specifically refers to this undiscovered self as the shadow. He's literally a shadow of himself, and what ends up happening is that he needs to fully go through that shadow to become one person. Bob. And the way that the movie visualizes that hit me so hard, because I don't think I've ever seen something like that in a Marvel movie. Like, for those of you guys that have never seen the movie, without spoilers, I would say the third act reminded me of the subatomic scene from Ant-Man 1, but with some substance. And I just love Thunderbolts. I teared up a little bit. I was genuinely shocked that there was some character development in there. I thought the acting was phenomenal. I really like Yelena as a character. It's so funny watching Yelena's character because she doubts herself, and she doubts herself being this like ray of sunshine. But when you're watching the movie, she's grounding everything together. I really like John Walker's character. He's very redeemable as a character. He goes through that, what's the Avatar character? Let's say like A-Train. Like, I really didn't like him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, even though I understood why he acted the way he acted, but he just seems so arrogant and pompous. But like, when you really watch the movie, you kind of started to feel bad for him, because it's like, really what sent him down that spiral was the fact that his man died. Bro, he lost his best friend that he trained with. And that's the reason why John Walker was moving the way he was moving. If you really think about it, where's John Walker at? So it's like, he's a character that I didn't realize that I would like. I still don't think he should be Captain America. Zuko, thank you. He goes through like a Zuko arc a little bit to me. I really like how all of these characters are going through the same thing, and they're all using each other as a support system, because that's what life's about. I'm trying to figure that out still. But I mean, I feel like the movie does a good job of visualizing it. You know what I'm saying? I think that Marvel outdid themselves, and this is exactly why I'm so frustrated with Marvel, because I'm like, bro, why can't you just give us more of this? This is all we ask for, or at least this is all I ask for. I feel like a lot of general audience wouldn't like this movie because it's not super Marvel-fied. Like, Marvel does have a way at making their movies. And my biggest frustrations with them is, well, if so many eyeballs are on you, don't continue to degrade film, enhance it. Like, tell these stories that we're craving in these big blockbuster movies. You could do it. And that's exactly why I really like Sinners, because that's an example that you could tell a deep story. It could be at multiple different levels and people could enjoy it. I'm seeing right now Thunderbolts is sitting at a smooth 7.7 out of 10. I think that's a cool score. That's a calm score.